The popular climbing game called Only Up has been removed from the Steam store following allegations of stolen assets. The game gained significant popularity on Twitch, with many streamers and gamers participating in the trend of climbing random objects until reaching outer space. Steam users who already purchased the game can still access and play it, but new purchases are no longer possible. Speculation among Reddit users suggests that Only Up was delisted because of the presence of stolen assets in the game. One user mentioned that a section featuring a giant girl was replaced with a statue of Atlas holding the Earth, indicating potential unauthorized use of assets. Now, Steam has not provided any official comment on the removal of Only Up from the store. The Steamworks distribution program explicitly prohibits developers from publishing content that they did not own or have adequate rights to. As a result, the inclusion of stolen assets would violate this policy unless there are fair use arguments. This game, by the way, has totally blown up. So I remember the game Getting Over It. It was like that 2D game that came out like 5 years ago where you're in like that, like a cauldron or something. You're like a naked guy with like an axe, and you're like, basically you're just trying to literally get over like a big mountain. And when this game dropped, I don't know, I started seeing it like a month ago. It reminded me exactly of that. It's just like a 3D version of it. It looks really sick, by the way. I just watched some YouTube footage of it. Like I watched like this guy speedrun it in 19 minutes, and it's like really cool. But yeah, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. This game is very big right now. It is definitely trending, and Steam making the decision to remove it is no doubt big. That is, they are losing a lot of sales of this game. Yeah, we talked just a few days ago about Steam making a stance on games that use AI assets. Basically, assets that are randomly generated that, you know, could steal from other people because the assets basically belong to another company. And then now we are seeing this. So yeah, apparently Steam is not playing around when it comes to copyright material or anything that's within somebody's game that they could have potentially stolen from somebody. On one hand, I definitely respect that, but on the other hand, I mean, how specific are they going to get with this? Steam is definitely full of a lot of these like so-called fan-made games where they definitely like use engines that are very broadly used, where, you know, they've got assets that are just from different games already. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how stuff like this plays out going forward. All right, so next up, I have never been a Magic the Gathering fan, I guess. That in no way means that I don't like it or that I disrespect it or something. What I'm saying is that I have no idea anything about the game. But this story definitely caught my attention. So the rarest and most sought after card in the new Lord of the Rings expansion of Magic the Gathering has been discovered. So in general, let me just kind of explain this. So it sounds like they released this big expansion pack. Like, you know how, okay, I have to put it in terms that I would understand. So I remember back in the day, I'd play Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and every now and then they'd release like booster packs or expansion packs. It'd have like 20 or 30 cards in it. You'd tear it open and you'd hope you get like some like lucky or legendary cards. And this is exactly that. So it's a Lord of the Rings theme. But what is very interesting about this one is that it has got a unique card in it. There is literally one card in the entire world, just one physical card called the One Ring. It's just literally a picture of the ring in the Lord of the Rings series. And so needless to say, this has generated immense interest. So this expansion was released on June 23rd, which is about a week ago, and already somebody has gotten it, it looks like. So the card has already been registered and graded by PSA, which is an authentication and grading company. The buyer has chosen to remain anonymous, raising speculation about whether they will keep or sell this card. Now, there's already reports that people are offering to buy this card for up to $2 million. And if that is true, no doubt about it, the person that will sell the card, if they are going to sell it, they'll probably do an auction, so it'll probably be more than $2 million. I remember getting like some Pokemon cards back when I was like 5 years old, and it would be like, I don't know, shiny Venusaur or shiny Blastoise or something. And I remember some of my buddies telling me like, oh, you got to keep this, you know, because when you're an adult, default, oh my god, it's going to be worth like 40, 50 bucks. And honestly, I have no idea how true that is, but I mean, I never would have thought of $2 million, a card being worth $2 million. Again, like, no disrespect. I totally understand it. I get it. Especially if you are rich and you just love Magic the Gathering, hey, why not? I'm honestly very curious too. Okay, I kind of have to take a sidetrack here because I don't know the difference between, I've always thought of Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering as the same game. Okay, so yeah, I stand corrected. I just looked it up. Magic the Gathering is a card game and Dungeons and Dragons is like a board game. You learn something new every day. How about that? If you are into Magic the Gathering, it looks like they are going to come out with a few more expansion sets. Looks like they're going to release a Doctor Who expansion set soon. I would love to know if there's going to be a one-of-a-kind unique card in there. Might just have to try my luck. All right, so EA has announced that it will be dividing into two separate organizations. One will be EA Sports and one will be EA Entertainment. The decision aims to align their studios and enhance creative ownership and financial accountability. EA Entertainment will focus on owned and licensed intellectual properties, or IPs, including blockbuster franchises, while EA Sports will be responsible for sports-related IPs and racing games. And yes, I know I am making a very big observation there that EA Sports will be in charge of sports. Definitely threw everyone for a loop there. Wasn't expecting that one. The changes are intended to drive growth, deliver long-term value, and cater to evolving trends in interactive entertainment. That's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, honestly, I have never really had much respect for EA. I don't really think most people do. I think they are a pretty terrible company. They have ran a lot of franchises into the ground. They are super greedy. No doubt about it, they can split in two all they want, but they may still be just as greedy.